Alright, hello everyone. Thank you for watching. Okay, first of all, before I get into what this video is really about, I feel like I need to make certain things clear because there's certain people who are not very intelligent and they're like, oh, just because you say this, you must mean that or the exact opposite. So I feel like I have to clear up certain things. Okay, first of all, this video is not a red pill video or some self-improvement video. I have issues with that community. I have grown to dislike them and I have a tendency to avoid them. I am not attacking women in general or modern women or how women have become or how women have degraded themselves. This is about my personal experience with certain women. Again, not women in general, but a specific type of woman. And it's about promiscuous women, okay? These past couple of years, I have been getting involved with promiscuous women, and that has been messing me up. And that really messed me up this year because that caused me to make some bad decisions, which left me leaving my job prematurely before I could get fully ready for another one. And I was, doing bad for like most of the year, and I just started to recover. It just started to bounce back, but it's just been on my mind because I really, really tend to struggle with this and I have a lot of issues with this. So I called this video Leave Them Alone to leave these hoes alone. Again, I've been messing around with promiscuous women and I've been struggling with leaving them alone. Like, I'm gonna outright say it. I have an addiction. I am addicted to being with promiscuous women, and it is a frequent fight. Like, I really have to fight hard and struggle with myself to resist the urges to be with this promiscuous woman. Now, I want you to look at the picture of these women because they represent the type of women I have been with. Again, I am not racially discriminating because of promiscuous women can be from any race, but I, particularly as a man of color, am more attracted to Asian and white women, and those are the type of promiscuous women I have been with. The last one, for example, was a Vietnamese woman. And that's what made me make the bad decision, which caused me to leave my job early and be financially not well off because I was just making impulsive and bad decisions as a result from me being with this promiscuous Vietnamese woman. Again, I am not discriminating against Vietnamese women or saying anything bad about the Vietnamese community. I am just saying I just happen to be around with this promiscuous woman who is Vietnamese. And all this goes back to about 5 years ago, during the big outbreak that happened in 2020. And I was just stuck inside for so long. I found myself struggling with myself like never before. And it's like the lust I normally deal with had become magnified, like so magnified that I just started to seek out promiscuous women, which is something I've thought about doing before 2020, but 2020 only stripped the decision I have made. Okay, y'all really gotta leave these promiscuous women alone because I'm telling you, every time I'm with them and I'm done with them, I can feel a little bit of myself becoming internally compromised. Like they talk about, when you I don't want to use the vulgar word here, but when you copulate with someone, you create a soul tie, which is a bond between them, and just there's some type of exchange that's not just on a physical level. And again, when I'm with these women, I could just feel a little part of myself becoming internally compromised, and it takes some time for me to recover. So let me take you go back to 2020. I was with this Arab woman. I woefully regret it because she was the start of all of this that led to the situation of this year where I just got messed up from being with promiscuous women. I really regret it. I'm like, I should have had some discipline because, before that, I was just watching adult content. And I would just say to myself, like, man, I could do it better than the guy in this video. And I'm like, let me at him in real life and I'm going to show him how it's done. So eventually I got to that point in 2020. I went out, got with the Arab woman, woefully regretted it, but the lust in me kept me going, kept me getting involved with these promiscuous women, and it's just, been a struggle ever since. Now the next one is oh yeah, another thing, these are not what the women look like. These are just pictures I'm using to represent the features of the woman, okay? So I was not with this specific Arab woman. I just put up a picture of an Arab woman just to, visualize an Arab woman. So again, this one, she represents and is not actually the blonde hair Argentinian woman I was with. Okay, I met up with this blonde hair Argentinian woman. She was wearing some real fancy clothes, and I can tell. I'm like, you know what? You been with some corny guys. You ain't never really had a wild styling. I'm gonna give it to you hardcore styling. I did, okay? Honestly, I feel a strong sense of pride with this one, which I shouldn't because I should not be messing around with promiscuous women. But I'm just saying though, my performance, I think this may possibly have been my strongest performance to date. Cause shoo, I had her singing that she loves black men and she doesn't like white men. Like I was giving it to her that hard. I converted her into loving black men. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel a strong sense of pride about that. Like I was so great when I was with her. Even when we were done and leaving at the door, she was still kissing on me. And she was like thinking she was gonna like go to Starbucks or something. Like I really, really made her day. And it was just like, but I kind of regret it because it's like before I was with her, I spent a lot of time not being with promiscuous women and I became like a lot more energetic than usual, but the lust inside of me flared up. And I just decided to seek out a promiscuous woman. And I was with this Argentinian woman. And instead of doing something productive with that energy, I used that energy copulating with her. And looking back, I'm like, I kind of regret that because I really could have did some more constructive things that would have led to the betterment of myself instead of messing around with this promiscuous woman. Because another thing is, it's like, even, when I give it to them good and they're satisfied, it's like they don't really love me. Like, that's the takeaway from this. Because me, I'm a romantic guy. And, I've been through some things, I think y'all know what I mean, in my childhood that really messed me up, which is why I'm out here with these promiscuous women. Cause it's like they don't really love me. They just love what I did. Like even though this blonde hair Argentinian woman kept kissing on me saying she loved black men, she's not really attracted to me truly, and that kinda hurts and makes me feel bad and empty inside. And after the blonde hair one, it was this red hair woman, heavy set, fat red hair woman. I was with her a couple of times. The first time, me and her, it was also with her friend who is Vietnamese, but that's not the Vietnamese I was talking about this year that led me to leaving the job. And when it was the three of us, I first of all, the performance was not my strongest because I was still tired from that blonde hair Argentinian woman. Like I went so hard with her. I never went that hard. I was still exhausted and I could still feel an energy drain on me when I was with the blonde hair girl. and her Vietnamese friend. Yeah, it was just the three of us. And the energy was real nice and it felt good. And again, I kind of wasn't my strongest performance, but when we finished earlier, they gave me a hug. And it felt really nice, but it felt really strange because I felt like that I was in a cult. Like I just joined into some kind of weird thing because, that's not something I would usually do, but the lust was controlling me. And that's the thing. I really got to learn to control this lust because it could take me into some really bad directions. And I really feel like that the creator of heaven and earth took mercy on me and saved me from some really, bad outcomes. Cause I went to some really burnt out, messed up neighborhoods to be around with some of these promiscuous women. And it's like, I shouldn't have been doing that. So I'm skipping a lot because I was with war women, but these are just the main ones I think about. And last was the one Vietnamese woman I was with this year, which is the only woman I've been with all year. Again, like with the blonde hair Argentinian woman, I had a lot of energy, and instead of doing something constructive with that energy, I met up with this Vietnamese woman, and she couldn't really speak English, but I was making her say, "Oh my God," and I was really impressed. Like I was really giving it to her hard. And but the thing is, when I mess around with these women, I stop focusing, I drop the ball. Like there's times where I didn't go to martial arts class because I chose to mess around with these women. And after I was with this Vietnamese woman, I stopped coming to work and I stopped showing up and I left the job earlier than I should have, and I, didn't have anything to fall back on. So I was jobless without a while. I was suffering without a while, but I haven't been with a promiscuous woman since. It's been like 8 months since I've been with a promiscuous woman, and I'm doing a lot better mentally, and I would say, physically I'm bouncing back, but again, this is not a generalization or a broad statement about women. This is just a personal experience from me. And if you, struggle with lust, whether you're a man or a woman, maybe you could take away something from this. But I just made this video to say to just leave them alone, because from me messing around with these women, I have really messed up my life. I messed myself up mentally, and I messed up a lot of the things that was going on in my life, and I didn't do things that could have improved me and my circumstances, all because I gave in to my lust and I was messing around with these promiscuous women. Like there's times where like the rational thoughts will just become silent, and my head is just filled with these lustful thoughts, just reliving the experience of all of these promiscuous women that I've been with. But I'm learning to fight it. I'm becoming stronger. And it's just been all around better for me. So I just decided that I'm just going to leave them alone, not be with these promiscuous women. And I'm just going to let that be that and just keep doing things that are going to improve me and myself and my circumstances. Now, I know this isn't along the lines of the usual kind of videos I make, but this was really on my mind and it's been really affecting me. So, I'm gonna get back more to the usual content. I got a video coming up just saying my videos about the new year, but from now on, mostly you could just expect more of my usual content. Okay, thank you for listening.